Welcome to Freshwater Astrology by Kayasi Obasi, where I do an astrological analysis for a birth chart for a celebrity, a famous person, a wealthy man by the name of Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio is a very successful and talented Italian-American actor who has taken his interest beyond acting and into environmental issues and helping fund political campaigns. So, without further ado, let's look at Leonardo's birth chart. Here we are at Leonardo DiCaprio's birth chart. His birthday is November 11th, 1974. Before we look at the aspects within his chart, let's note some important details such as the ascendant in Libra, which is also known as the first house, the Imam Coeli in Capricorn, which is also known as the fourth house, the descendant, the descendant in Aries, which is also known as the seventh house, the midhaven in Cancer, which is the 10th house. Now that we have the houses situated, let's look at where his sun sign in Scorpio is, the second house. This means that he has a personality that's attractive and he is a famous person. He is someone who has glamour, who has beauty. In this case, since he's a man, he is handsome, and he is someone who people look up to or people see from a distance. Okay, looking further into his sun sign, let's notice this aspect that he makes with Venus, and that is the sun conjunct Venus. Sun conjunct Venus gives him that automatic drive for fame, the automatic wealth and personality, business person, someone who is loved and liked by people all around the world. His sun also makes an aspect with Saturn, which is the planet of work, karma, association, time, money. And this shows when the sun is trine Saturn, it shows that he is someone who has had to work hard for his fame. He's had to work hard for his success, and he continues to work hard. He's not afraid to save, and he's not afraid to have that drive and passion. From his Saturn, we see that it makes an aspect with the moon. The moon is the mentality, the personality, the subconscious. And it makes a challenging aspect, a square, meaning that it's 90 degrees away. The planets are 90 degrees away in their sign. So we have Saturn, square the moon, 90 degrees away from each other. And growing up, he's had a difficult time. He's had a mother who has been very hard on him. He's had an upbringing where he's had to find himself through his work. He's had to find himself through his dreams. And one can see this in Leonardo DiCaprio, one can see this through his movies and the roles that he acts in the movies. He acts in roles that deal with psychological issues. He acts in roles where he pushes the boundaries. There's this movie called Shutter Island where he plays the role of a detective who investigates this mental hospital on an island. However, towards the end of the movie, he finds out that he is actually not a detective. In fact, he is the mental patient. He acts in movies such as Django, where he's a plantation owner and he understands the psychology of the people around him. And he acts in many other movies, Inception as well, which is a very psychological movie. Okay, moving on. We have an aspect here. Speaking of psychology, let's look at Uranus conjunct Mercury. Conjunction is another challenging aspect. So we already have 3 challenging aspects that we've noticed, meaning that this person, Leonardo, has a drive and he has had challenges in his early stages of life. So with Uranus conjunct Mercury, this aspect can show that a person has dealt or can be dealing with psychological issues. However, it also shows the potential of great intelligence, radical intelligence, intelligence beyond books and education, if not intelligence as far as pushing the bounds of reality, being a dreamer of some sort, being someone who's radical and thinks for themselves. So one can see this in his movies, definitely. He also has Mars trine Jupiter. Mars trine Jupiter is a harmonious aspect. It gives him wealth and it gives him a fighting spirit. As I've mentioned, he's also taken interest in political campaigns by investing in them. And with Jupiter trine Mars, it shows that his political interest, his will to drive the betterment of the world, his will to change the world, his positive outlook on the world. How can the world be better? How can he help and use his money or his fame or whatever he has to better a situation? That's what Mars trine Jupiter also says. Let's look at Jupiter square Neptune. Another challenging aspect. Oof, Leonardo, you have so many challenges. Challenges are good though, because they prepare a person for a situation. With Neptune square Jupiter, he can be a dreamer. He can be someone who just believes in more than what reality or the world around him shows him. He is willing to push his ideas. He is willing to believe in other people's ideas, not naively, but considering them. Also, we see here Neptune conjunct True Node. True Node shows a person's life purpose and goals. So with the Neptune conjunct True Node, he's had a purpose to act because Neptune rules acting and dreams and movies and production and all of that. And also Neptune deals with psychology, which that's part of acting, is understanding psychology and different personas. Okay. Let's see what more we have. Neptune sextile Pluto. Sextile means that it's 60 degrees away. The planets are 60 degrees away. Sextile Pluto and Neptune. Pluto is another far out planet and a planet that represents psychology, science, mysteries, things that are unknown. So when it's sextile Pluto, when it's sextile Neptune, this shows that he is not afraid of mysteries. He is not afraid of the unknown. And he's willing to act those roles in his movies, as we have seen. Now that we have looked at the major aspects within his birth chart, let's look at what we call stellium in astrology. He has two major stelliums. That would be the first and second house. So stelliums, I'm going to use purple. In the second house in Scorpio. So a stellium is when you have 3 or more major planets within a house or sign. With him having Mars, the Sun, and Venus in the second house, that's an automatic factor of fame, wealth, good looking, someone who is admired by people. Also, I found out in his biography that he has had relationship problems. And that is to show with Mars in the second house, because Mars is opposite from Venus. And with Mars being in the house of Venus, that is the second house, next to Venus itself, it shows that he has this idea that his relationships should be extremely balanced, meaning his relationships can go as it's about you, and then he turns into thinking it's about me, so he's constantly in this balance of you and me in his relationships, which can make them break and fail. He's been divorced more than twice, I believe, and he's had many relationships where he's ended the relationships with the people. It started off good and then it ended up not too good. Anyways, that stellium shows that, and let's move on from that stellium. Let's go to the second stellium we notice here with his moon. Wow, it's so hot, I can barely open my markers. It's so hot here. Let's go to the second stellium with the moon, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune. In the first house is all about the mask you wear. It's all about how you look like. It's about you. So with all of these planets in the first house, these planets deal with mentality. They deal with psychology. They deal with mystery. They deal with understanding concepts. So he has a lot of mental strength. And he could also have a mental weakness, but it looks like he's used that mental strength in his acting career and whatever else he does. So that stellium shows, yes, Leonardo, you have a lot of mental psychology things going on in your life, and you show that in your movies that you act in, for sure. Let's see what else I noticed here. He's very successful in his career. He's won many awards, and once again, that shows in the second house with that stellium. He went to the Guardian newspaper, that is, and the Guardian says that he is polite, charming, makes jokes, engages eye contact, and manages to give almost no hint whatsoever of his actual personality. Hello, that is the stellium in the second house. In Scorpio, oh, that could not be even more obvious, because the second house is about, look at me, I'm open, you see me, I'm charming, I'm polite, I make jokes, I give you eye contact. Yet Scorpio is hidden, and Scorpio says, you don't actually know me, and I don't want you to know me. So that's just a little bit about Leonardo DiCaprio and analyzing his natal birth chart. Thank you for watching. Please follow me on Instagram at freshwater astrology. Okay, I hope to see you all soon and make another video.